Good morning, everyone. Well, today we're back with 30 Days Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and we're on day 28, just 2 more days to go. And our sketch artist today is Sarah Tucci, and I looked up how to pronounce it, so hopefully it's right. Okay, you're gonna think I totally went off the rails here, but I started out looking, or thinking I was getting close to it, but then it just, because of my photos, it's going to be bigger. So she's got 6 photos, 2 they look like vertical, like 3x4s, and then 2 4x6s going horizontally. She has it like it's matted layout kind of over here with other paper underneath it. And I like this idea because you could actually start out with maybe even a 8.5 by 11 and just make it into a 12 by 12, by the time you're done. And then she's got the title over here to the side and some embellishments, some journaling down here. She's got embellishments in different places. She's basically got a triangle here with another little cluster up here and then a cluster over here. And she's kind of used like mixed media paper. Excuse me. And so anyhow, I am scrapbooking my oldest daughter with her daughters, and my other daughter had taken the pictures because these were, I'm thinking, I don't remember printing these. And then I realized that these had to have been in with the stuff that my daughter sent. So these are the pictures I'm using. And these ones, they look like they're overexposed, but I think it was from being in this room it's actually a sunroom, so it's very bright. And so I think that's why it looks so different. And then this one here, she kind of made in, I forget what they call this. It's not sepia. They call it something else though, because I've done this before. So one of the pictures she made like that. And so I'm actually going to have some more pictures from this, but they'll be of the 2 daughters where they're individual. But these were the pictures that they had together. Well, I'm putting it in the mother's book, so she was in it by herself, so I also used that one. And when we were talking about this the other day, and she said, oh, that yellow dress, she goes, that was my favorite. So when I was looking at their colors, I thought, oh, I can use P13 Fresh Lemon because it's got yellows, oranges, and blues. Except for the pictures or the papers I pulled out, and there's even blue in the room. She's got on blue. And then I realized by the time I was done, I have actually no blue in it whatsoever. Now, when I got this collection, it was P13, and I'm actually mixing in Simple Stories Lemon Twist. See, that I was really thinking this here, but see, there's no orange in that. So I wanted to have something where I also had the orange in it. And where is and I know I have one that's got all the kind of parts in it. Oh, and then you got 2 sheets of each of these, and I'm going to be using those for embellishments. But I'm also going to be using a little bit of the Simple Stories Lemon Twist embellishments because I got those at Tuesday morning, like at the last of them being open. But I don't have the lemon twist, except for I do have 1 paper. So that's all I have of the lemon twist. So anyway, I got the picture stuck with my dimensionals. Okay, so these over here, so you can see I kind of have that. Now where's my sketch? I was thinking, oh, if I use a wreath back here, I kind of have those flowers around the edges. Because I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to use let's see, I'm going to use this one down here, this one here, and these two like this. So I was thinking, okay, you know, my pictures are bigger, but I'm going to use them because that's what I have. And even if I print them out myself, well, this one I can't because these are printed and we don't have them again. So even if I print them out myself, once I have them printed, sometimes I have a hard time just thinking of, you know, making them smaller, because the bigger, you know, it's like when you're really enjoying them, I like them when they're big, you know. I want to see the great big picture. So I decided this is how I'm going to be, and see, a lot of my work is already done. I will kind of add a little bit of dimension by adding onto like this big picture paper. And then over here, she's got the two that are actually horizontal, but I'm going to use vertical, and I'm actually going to have to kind of layer them together to get them to work. And so instead of having them just like this, I'm going to actually kind of push this one to the side and this one over here, because I seen the opportunity to use a frame. And I love seeing the frames. I love the black also with this paper. And so I thought, you know what, I could use the frame. I'm going to use the frame, even though it means that I'm going to change the location of the picture. So I am going to do that. So that's how I'm going to start out. And so even though I'm overlapping this a little more than I wanted to, I'm still going to do it because I get to use that frame, because I want to use them all the time. And I really like the little black accents with this. So I'm going to start like this. And I love these pictures. So I'm going to start like that. Oh, I almost was ready just to put tape down. Okay. And so I'm just gonna, you know, and this, I don't remember, did I even show you the paper, what it looked like? This is what it looks like on this side. So I'm actually covering up the lemonade stand. And what is the back of this? Oh, and this is that plaid, because I almost thought about using that and working more to get closer to the sketch, but with the size of my pictures, it's just not going to be possible. So, okay, so now I got to figure out where these are both pictures I'm going to put in at the bottom. Okay. And I know I'm going to be really close to the bottom. Okay, I think I'm going to have to pull it down probably a little bit more. Okay. And I'm going to put this one down too to see. Oops. I just want to make sure I got enough room at the top where you see a little bit of, you know, the wreath here. Okay, does this one go down here? Yep, okay. So these are so cute. And I know my second daughter, sometimes I think she would like to be a photographer, and she gets some really good pictures. A lot of the pictures you see are ones that she's taken, and I see it's just not button up against that one like I want it to. So in Sarah's sketch, she has them, you know, with a little space in between them, and you know, that's not happening. Okay, I don't know this. My picture is actually crooked. You know, sometimes when they come from place, there might not be straight. Okay. I know mine don't cut it. Mine don't print out straight sometimes. Okay, so that's how I'm starting with that one. And then this one here, I'm gonna have this one probably, well, almost an inch from the side. I want to put this little word that says squeeze me on this one because there's some squeezing going on there. So, and I like the little splash of black in it with these other colors, so I like that in there. So I think that spot is good. So I'm gonna figure it's about an inch from the side, maybe a little more. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. I usually try to get as close as I can to the sketch because it's like, it's a challenge to do the sketch, but I have to say that I love them all the time. And once in a while, you know, if you go a little off the deep end, you know, I guess that's just the way it is. Or go where, I don't know, my husband said, yeah, it still looks like it. And you know how I believe everything he says. Okay, so I need to put this up high enough that this is not going to go off the edge, because every time I laid it down it was off the edge. Okay, so my picture is going to have to be about here, I would say. So I'm just going to kind of line it up and then see if it's got enough room. And if it looks right, then I'll put the tape down. I don't think it has, yeah, it looks like it's just the tape. I think this is good here. Okay, so I'm putting that there. And I'm going to put a little bit of tape right here and then put some glue. And I know cardboard is a little harder to get to stay attached, so it kind of needs tape, it needs glue, whatever you can put on it. Okay, I think that's probably good. Okay. Okay, I think that's good there. Yeah, I was pretty happy when I found those, and then, you know, the Simple Stories lemon twist things, but then you couldn't find the paper again. But I've gotten a few things. I've got like 2 collections that actually go good with this stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of set this, well, I'm gonna push it over a little bit and just gonna go ahead and start working on this. And I'm using this is P13, this paper's P13, and it's that Fresh Lemonade. So I'm gonna use this. Where's my other little piece I was putting with this? Oh, I think it's this here. Yeah. So I just thought these are so cute, and the paper's really pretty. I love the blue paper. Oh, I don't think I showed you the back of this paper because this paper is gorgeous too. Really wanted to use that, but I love this green for this layout. I think it's perfect. So I'm gonna stick this here, and I'm gonna have this bigger lemon. It's like I don't have enough room. Okay, so I'm gonna put this big lemon back here. Oh, I got a little bit of tape sticking out there. I just think it looks cute. And then I have a bee from the Simple Stories collection. It's a foam bee. Okay, and then up here in this corner, I'm going to use this glass, or this pitcher of lemonade. I've got some leaves, some whole lemons, and then a slice of lemon. So I'm going to be adding all this together up here. And you might say, what does this layout have to do with lemonade? Absolutely nothing. But if it did have anything to do with lemonade, my daughter would have made it from scratch. All organic, because she's the girl for it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this underneath here. A great big lemon. And I want these 3 leaves tucked in here. There, and then the 2 lemons. Whoa, got away from me. Okay, and then I'm gonna tuck this underneath here. A little more. Okay. I think that's good right there. Okay, and then for the title, I'm gonna use Zesty. And it's like, I had to look it up. I thought, what does Zesty mean? You know, since I'm using it on it for a title. And it means, what was it? I have to look it up because it's good. Okay, where is it? No, of course it's not still there. Okay, well, it means like spice, or like a spice for life, or it's good. It's a good thing. Okay, so I thought, okay, that's good. Howard, do you remember what Zesty meant again? Because he's like, why do you like the name? Why do you like the title Zesty? It's like lively. It was lively. What was the other word?
Sorry, I couldn't hear back in the bathroom.
What did Zesty mean again? It was lively and and I can't think of what the other word was.
Do you need me to look it up for you, mistress?
Yes, look it up for me, mister. I mean, servant boy. Okay, and then I have this this little bunch of flowers with lemons in it. It looks like it's just like on the table. And I'm just sticking that underneath my Zesty word. Okay. And while he's looking that up, I'm just going to go right to the next thing. Oh, I forgot to put on my Squeeze Me.
Very enthusiastic and energetic. Lively.
Yep, I thought, yep, that's all 3 of those girls. So that's a perfect title. Okay. And if you'd have seen that Tegan, who is now like Is she 17 yet or gonna be 17?
She's gonna be 17.
Yeah, she was dancing last weekend, and I'll tell you, she had the whooping cough. And I can't even believe, I never seen her cough once when she was dancing. It was just unbelievable. And we didn't know she had the whooping cough until afterwards. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on this one a little bit. And I'm not gonna do too much over here, but a few things, you know. And I wanna add a little bit of black over here. Okay. So, right here there's a little white flower that's totally covered up. And so I'm gonna add to that. I'm gonna kind of add it back into the picture. And then I have a little orange. I think I'm gonna just get the glue up. And I'm just going to put this here like it's growing right from that plant there. And then I have a flower that looks like that, so I'm actually going to replace that one. And then I have a little bee, and I think this one is probably sticky if I get off this. Yep. So the bee gives me a little bit of black on this, and I'm going to put it right here by this flower. And then I also have a couple little brads, and these ones were all from the Simple Stories collection. So I think I'll put this one here. And then I have one that's just like a little black brad, tiny. Okay, so I'm gonna put those there. So I've got a little bit of black on this side. And you know, they say that black grounds it, but you know, since I just like the color with it. And in the Simple Stories collection, they did have black in it. And they actually have like turquoise in it too, but I'm not going to be using any of that. And my camera turned off. Okay, and I've got these flowers here. Okay, and I'm going to let this overlap into the picture. And then I've got a lemon like this one here, so I'm going to put that there too and let it overlap into the picture. And then I have another little bee. And since I've got this bee up here, I'm going to put this one down here. And then I have a little black brad, which I'm going to stick that up in here someplace. Okay. And that way it kind of pulls some of this, because I've got the black accents over here, so that way I got them over here. And I don't know if there was anything else going on other than they wanted their picture taken and the aunt wanted to take them, so that's what these pictures were all about. So they all got dressed up and she took pictures. But if there's any journaling that they want to add for this time of their life, they'll tell me that later, and I have plenty of room to edit here. So that's it for today, and I thank Sarah for that. I would have never have thought about this, even though it looks different. It wouldn't have crossed my mind to do this, and it turned out totally perfect. I love it. So remember, down below there's a link that takes you to the YouTube channel where there's a list of all the people that are doing YouTube videos, and then there's one that takes you to the still shots on Facebook. And thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will have close-ups at the end. Bye-bye.